everybody, welcome to another recap of The Bachelorette. There's only 3 young bucks left, and they're in Curacao. So it's either going to be Sean, Jeff, or Ari. Well, they had a little mini recap, and a cat just came flying down the stairs. Sean, it was love at first sight. You're perfect. Jeff's a hipster, and he's also romantic for a little boy. And Ari, he is a driver, and I always pictured myself as a driver's wife. Ricky Bobby?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Alright, so who do I choose? Well, if you start your own Bachelorette religion, say that fast 10 times, Bachelorette religion. My tongue was all twisted.
No more, you're going to hurt yourself.
Alright, she can marry all 3 then. Alright. Couldn't she?
No, not legally, no.
Alright. Well, what about the Mormons?
No, can't do that. A long time ago.
What about sister wives? What about husband wives? Alright, so Sean is the first date. And they had a helicopter ride to a private island. Just them and a full camera crew. Mm-hmm. So his mom, or his family, told her that his old girlfriends were more like buddies than girlfriends.
Red flag.
Yeah, huge red flag. Well, he explained to her that he didn't feel that way about them, so he kind of backed off, and they didn't have a TV show, and it just wasn't happening. So she understood that, but the dude is still holding back. She's expecting an I love you out of him, and he hasn't produced it yet. He had the perfect opportunity, too, when they were chatting about it.
Yeah, you could tell he was really struggling.
He was really struggling. He totally blew it. He pulled out I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, that was so awkward.
That was the worst thing he could have possibly said.
I wasn't even watching at that point. I just heard it, and I was like, oh,
kiss
goodbye.
Kiss of death. Yeah. Alright, so they have a little beach picnic dinner. He pulls out this letter that he wrote to Ricky, which was all nice and fine and everything if Ricky was 18. The kid's not going to understand the words that were in that letter.
Well, maybe that was just meant for the future.
Yeah, he should have written it so that Ricky could understand it. Because you know what? After all is said and done, it's all done. He's trying to introduce himself to her. He should have written it for a 6-year-old. Alright, so she finally drags it out of him at dinner. I'm falling in. I love you. Finally. Oh my God. It was like pulling teeth. All of your teeth. So then she whips out the fantasy suite card. I kind of think she didn't want to give it to him. Just because she didn't want to really stay with him.
Well, she did.
He says, okay, let's stay up all night and talk. And maybe if my clothes fall off by accident and you fall on top of me.
I didn't get that.
Well,
no, I didn't get that from him.
They practically did it in the hot tub. They practically did. Although he couldn't get that close to her because her boobs are humongous. Ginormous.
I haven't noticed.
I think she's had them done. I think so.
Really?
After the hot tub makeout, she kicks him out of the room. She's like, alright, you gotta go. Sorry, I'm being respectable. Mm-hmm. I made my mistakes in the past, Ricky Bobby, and now I'm being respectable.
I'm on a show dating 20 men.
25. Alright, so now it's Jeff's turn. And they have a little boat date, and they get into the whole discussion about how they have balance. She's a mom, he's a kid, you know. He's really handsy, though, for a kid. He's got his mitts all over her. Mm-hmm. They could have dusted her for fingerprints.
She loves it. That's what she wanted.
That's exactly. Did you catch the underwater shot below the waist?
No.
Unnecessary.
Okay.
Dinner. He actually turns the tables on her and has got some really great questions for her. I turned into Barbara Walters there all of a sudden. Ooh. He's got some great questions for her. Alright, why hasn't it all worked out before? You've met so many great guys and dated them. No spark. Good answer. Will he be a good dad? She thinks so. because he's practically a kid.
True. He has that perspective.
Yeah, he really does. But it's kind of cool in a way, but I don't know how it's all going to work out, as he says.
Could get tired.
Exactly. Fantasy Suite time. He totally preempts her and is like, we shouldn't be doing this. You are respectable. And she was kind of pissed because she wanted to be the one to tell him no, but he one-upped her. So she said, you know what, let's just hang out anyway. And they have a heavy make-out session. What's the difference between staying a few hours or not? You practically, you know...
I'll explain that to you later.
Okay. All right, so Ari's turn. Another boat date. And he immediately starts making out with her the minute they, like, get on the boat. And they make out, like, most of the date. Other activities were swimming with dolphins. She was scared, and I can't blame her.
She should be. I've seen some of those dolphin videos. They get really frisky.
Yeah, there's been a lot of cases of dolphin rape. I'd be scared. All right, they can smell it on her. Hey, you've had your boobs done. All right, so like I said, they spent most of the day kissing.
They smelled the saline.
Yes. Then at dinner, he explains, I'm a freaking bachelor, I sleep late, I go out to eat with my friends, not much else, and it seems like that kind of worried her because she knows that she's got a lot of chemistry with him, and he is so handsome.
She's going to go with the bad boy, you'll see.
All right. And then he explains how he can't just be Ricky's dad, he's got to be Ricky's friend first, and that was kind of weird. No one's expecting you to just jump into that dad role. Alright, so she doesn't trust herself enough to even show him the fantasy suite card.
Which again is kind of a clue.
Yeah. That it's not going to last if she picks him. But you know what? It didn't matter because they practically did it in the street. He's the push you up against the wall. Let's make out guy. Well, Sean was too, but... we'll see what happens.
She's found herself up against a few walls, hasn't she?
Oh, she has. Oh, she has.
No
All right,
comment.
so chat with
just
Chris.
saying.
She's afraid. She doesn't want to send the wrong guy home. She loves them all. And to put the icing on the cake, they all made video messages for her. Which, after she watches them, she totally loses it. Totally. She's just like... Captions, heavy breathing, crying the whole time for like 20 minutes. Alright, she's a complete wreck. It's rose ceremony time. Well, blah, blah, blah. It's so hard. I'm in love with 3 guys. And I'm sorry. First rose goes to Jeff. And then there's lots of the... second rose goes to Ari. I hate that suspense. It's just ridiculous.
Well, down to the end, that's what they're going to do.
I know. So Sean is out. He was totally blindsided. He's like, I didn't see that coming. Who does?
Everybody else did.
Seriously, no one this season saw it coming. Everyone thought that they were, you know, because she's making out with everyone. Maybe she's sending them mixed signals, you know?
A lot of this show has to do with editing and...
True. But
I think they tell them to make out with everybody.
she's supposed to be respectable. So she's like, oh, can you come out with me? I'll walk you out. And they were both miserable. She was like, how are you feeling? And he's like, how do you expect me to be feeling? I feel horrible.
He could be just a victim of the show's shortness. I mean, if he had more time, who knows?
He probably wouldn't have liked her. All right, so...
could go both ways.
True. Next week is the reunion show. Oh my. This is the most emotional cast I've seen forever.
It could be a fist fight.
I doubt it. These guys are just a bunch of crybabies. I don't see too many fisticuffs going on here.
I meant
Oh. All right. Well, after that, then, it's the finale. And, of course, the After the Final Rose special. And the way they edited the tease, it seemed like she doesn't pick anyone. But she definitely did say that she was engaged now. Maybe it's to neither of these two chumps. Who knows? I guess we'll have to wait it out and find out.
She's engaged to the host. He is single now.
That's the buzz on the internet. That she picks Chris Harrison.
Does he race cars?
No, well, he could. That would be something, wouldn't it? I'd like to see that. Come on, Chris, get your hat in the ring there. She's available. All right, kids, till next week. Much love.